So Sports Podcast. This is Kevin G, German Ramos, and our special guest coming back on the show once again, Jovan Haye. How's it going, Jovan?
Good. How about yourself?
We're doing well. Thank you. German, how's it going?
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
A lot of good things have just passed. We had a wild Super Bowl, and also, last time we talked with Jovan, he had some projects going on. He had some books out on the streets right now. So, Jovan, is there any new business going on since last time we talked?
Just a few, just a couple more tech companies, so just trying to get my feet wet,
Mm-hmm. So you're just trying to dabble still in the tech sector?
Oh yeah, that's I think that's where everything is going right now. So
yeah, definitely. That's good to hear, man. Now, are these projects on the hush hush, or is there anything out there that we can see right now?
They're all in the hush. I'm an investor in it, so some of them are getting ready to head out. So it's
okay. I see.
Just trying to be different,
Yes, sir. Okay, nice. Respect that. Cool. So, obviously, the big question now coming up is Super Bowl. What were your thoughts on this? I guess a lot of people are saying one of the best Super Bowls to be played.
Yeah, I mean it's up there. I think it's going to be an instant classic. I think the last couple of Super Bowls have not disappointed. So it's. I mean, Brady did what he had to do. I think to this day, I'm still going to believe Atlanta gave that game away. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If the Patriots would have been up by 25, there's no way they lose that game. So I think Atlanta, they played not to win. I mean, literally, they were trying their best not to lose the game, and they played they tried to play the numbers game and a time game, realizing, we're up 25. So if we Patriots are not the team. They're going to hit you, 2 or 3 plays, and they go deep, and they're on the board. So they're going to drive and they're going to eat up clock. So I guess they play the clock game, and it cost them. I mean, they clearly did not treat the second half like they treated the second half. So clearly they didn't treat the second half like they did the first half. I think they just came out trying to milk the clock and try to play keep. I mean, they didn't even do a good job of playing keep away. They just said, "Hey, let's try to, let's play the clock game," and it backfired, man.
It backfired, yeah. That was
Julio made that great catch at the 23, and you end up not getting any points. You get points to think the game's over with. I mean, but Dan Quinn got to live with that. Dan Quinn's not a big fan of him right now. To see what happened in Seattle of a terrible offensive call, to be on a losing end, you would think you would learn from that. Like you got the Patriots, you have a way to put your foot on their throat, put your foot on their throat, put them away. So he got to live with it, not me. And his players, unfortunately. I mean, it's you always say, players got to be accountable. Coaches got to be accountable too. I mean, at the end of the day, he got to be accountable.
Yeah, from all the way to the top to all the way to the bottom, and everybody in the middle that participated in that one.
Yeah, I mean,
it was, I don't know, it was very, very weird, I guess, that how it happened at the end. It wasn't played out well.
That's just dumb football.
They lost the fire or something.
That's just dumb football. I mean,
yep.
They're saying a 50-yard field goal. I'm like, it wasn't even been a 50. It would have been like a 40-something yarder. But even then, Matt Bryan, I mean, he could make those in his sleep. Like, it's in the dome. What are you talking about? Like, you telling me if you had a chance to go win the Super Bowl and it was a 52-yarder, you don't take the chance to get the 52-yarder? So what are you talking about? Get out of here. I know he's probably going back thinking like, damn, I blew it. Yeah, you blew it.
Yeah, you have to take chances. Exactly.
Yeah, and then you would think you learned from the 1-yard line, not giving the ball to Marshawn Lynch, even though he was a D coordinator. But he felt like what it felt like to make a dumbass decision, excuse my French, in a Super Bowl. And you come back and make a dumb decision. So you're involved in 2 dumb decisions. And I don't think Seattle recovers. Like, they still haven't recovered. I'm telling you. I almost believe you don't never. I mean, I've been to the playoff. I've been to the playoff one time. Actually, twice. You know how many guys never make it to the playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to the Super Bowl and have a chance to win this thing? Mm-hmm. You may not ever get back. Come on now. You may not ever get back.
Look, when was the last time the Falcons went to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, the Patriots are always going to be there. They may not go every year, but they're gonna go in the next 3 years. Like, shoot, you got to take advantage. You're not the Patriots. You don't play for them.
Yes.
They're probably going to make it to the Super Bowl, maybe not next year, but the year after that or the year after that. Like, get out of here. When's the last time Atlanta been in the Super Bowl? Exactly. What's the chance of you getting back to it? Like, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the issue, and that's the thing
that's
with football.
That's what got me mad. That's what got me mad. Is like, I don't care who would have won the game. It's just dumb football. It's just dumb football. Just dumb football. You went from a 1st and 10 to 3rd and 33 out of field goal range. How is that possible? How is that under 23 yards? How is that possible?
Yeah, just
should have ran it up the middle,
plays, sloppy plays. A lot of things went wrong.
You could have just kneeled the ball. Just kneel the ball. You could have ate some clock off. You could have forced them to call some timeout, and then play the clock game. But you get what you deserve. And it's sad that the players had nothing to do with that decision. They called the play. You got to run it. And people saying, "Oh, Shanahan called it." Man, you the head coach. You heard that offensive play. No, tell them no. We're gonna run the ball. You the head coach.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean,
and Jovan, I was gonna say, that being said, what do you think about the actual breakout year the Falcons had? The way they, were playing 6'6" wide receivers all over the place, and the ball speed, offense and defense was improved. To get there. What do you think of that?
I mean, they can't take it from them. They got there. I mean, this is the philosophy. They came there. They put it. Everything hitting on the cylinder. The defense is playing well, and I mean they earned it. I mean they earned it. They slapped around Seattle. They slapped around the Packers. They should have slapped around the Patriots. And all that don't mean nothing. Like, it means nothing. Like, I'm telling you, it means nothing. All that, we did this. It means nothing. It means zero zilch.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
Like, you didn't come up with it. And it's like, I can understand if you played the game and the Patriots just went around and beat you up and you just lost, say, hey, we were just not better than them. You were the better team that day. No, trust me, you were the better team that day. You were the better team that day. Love Tom Brady, right? Love Tom. Eli, you don't know if Eli's winning or losing. You just don't know. That's Eli's look. Tom, the best quarterback in the league. Look at him in the first half. He knew. Oh, wow. He knew. Game's probably done. Another point, another 3 points, touchdown, game's done. He knows. He knew it. Trust me, he knew it. He's not dumb. We're humans. I've been there. And you come back and say, damn, we came back. No, we were done.
Yeah.
So everything what Atlanta did was for what? Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Nada. I hate to say it, but that's the
true,
only.
It's true.
It's nothing. This is not college where you don't make it to the national championship, but you make it to the Rose Bowl, or you make it to the Fiesta Bowl, and you get a trophy. You don't get nothing for second place, dude. You get nothing. You get nothing. I mean, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Zero, zilch, nothing. And then for the NFL, it's so hard. It's not the NBA. The NBA is easy. The reason why I say it's easy, because when you get to the playoffs in the NBA, you got to beat me 4 times.
Right.
You might sneak up on me one game, but you got to beat me 4 times. The NFL, dude, a bad play here, old boy fumbles that ball. The running back fumbles the ball for Green Bay when they're getting ready to go in to be down, at least 10-3 or 10-7. He fumbles that ball. Momentum changes. They never recover.
Mm-hmm.
You lose one game. In the playoffs, you're done. So who's to say you're going to make it back there next year? You already see what happens. Teams that normally go to the Super Bowl struggle to go back, even make it to the playoffs next year, unless you're the damn Patriots.
Unless you're the Patriots, exactly. Yeah, NFL is one of the hardest, probably the hardest league to go back-to-back, finals or
Tom
Super Bowl.
Brady, yeah, you're guaranteed 12 games every year. You're going to the playoffs. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're going to the playoffs. What's the only team that's going to the playoffs next year? The Patriots. Sorry. Reality. That's it. That's the only team guaranteed to go to the playoffs next year. Guaranteed.
Guarantee. You're right.
Guaranteed. It's guaranteed. When has the Patriots ever missed the playoffs? It don't happen. Yep. So everything Atlanta could do, it looks good, and they excelled and they did great, but you had a chance. to be the best team in the world, and you blew it.
Pretty much, yeah. That's exactly what happened. They blew it. I think I read somewhere that they said that somebody that they didn't blow it or something. I don't know, some weird article, and I'm like, come on, bro, did you watch the game?
Trust me, they blew it.
They were 21-0 up in the second quarter. I mean, come on,
they blew it. They blew it. And then, no matter what happens in the game, I say, no matter how the game ended up to the latter part of the fourth quarter, let's take away everything that happened before then, right? It's that one possession where Julio makes one of the greatest catches this year. And you're saying I'm telling you, I know what the guys on the sideline saying. Oh, Super Bowl, ours. Woo! That's it. That's it. We're going to kick this field goal. We're going to go up by 11. Patriots are done. They're back on their heels. I'm telling you. So everything that happened up to the game, let's forget about that. When Julio made that first down, game was over with. And guess how I know the game was over with, right? If you give them a redo, game is over with. Give the Patriots that, game is over with.
You think so?
You give the Browns that, the game is over with. Think about it. Just that. The ball, 1st and 10 on the 23-yard line, up by 8. Game's over with. I'm telling you. They get a redo, the game's over with. Falcons, Matt Ryan, Super Bowl, MVP, blah, 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 blase, blase. That D tackle that was killing Tom, he becomes Super Bowl MVP, and things have changed. They showed a picture when them boys returned back to the facility. I mean, literally, it could have been 30 people there waiting.
Wow.
I mean,
that's horrible.
It's a city. It's a city that needed this.
Yep.
They needed it. And they always, this is what coaches always tell you, right? When you're carrying the ball, when you're throwing the ball's in your possession. You know, you're carrying yourself, your name, your team, your family, the city, the organization. You know, the whole state. If you're one of the teams with only one team in the state, that's what they always tell you. Mm-hmm. So protect that ball with your life. It's more than just a ball. So when you're a coach, you say, so you fumble the ball, coach. To be honest with you, you fumble the ball. Now, how many players are going to say it in the public? They're not going to say it. Yeah. But I guarantee you they're talking about it. Oof. And you got Patriots guys probably saying to themselves, how the hell did they lose this game?
Right. How did they let us come back?
How? How is this possible?
Do you think Tom Brady was deserving of the MVP?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
You gonna open the door? I'm gonna step my ass in there. That's what happened. You gonna open the door? I'm gonna open the window. I'm gonna come in.
Heck yeah.
He's like that door should have been shut, but you want to leave it open. I'm gonna slide right through.
Yeah, they left it unlocked.
They left it unlocked, and he went in there and took whatever he deserved MVP. And don't get me wrong now, Tom them had to do what they had to do to make this comeback. So he had a big part. They had a big part in the comeback. But I'm telling you, if you flip that around, Atlanta's done. Belichick ain't letting them boys come win this game. I'm up 25. Huh, man.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah. If the Pats were up
Super Bowl?
20-something, yeah, nobody's coming back on them.
Nobody's coming back on them.
That's not happening.
It's not happening. No. No, it's not happening. Did you remember the end of the game, right? When Tom throws the ball and Beasley tipped it? And it was like, ooh, when he tried to throw to Bennett, it was like, ooh, Beasley tipped it. I was like, man, that could have been an interception, right?
Uh-huh.
You know what Belichick said? I've seen this before. I should have been running the ball. I've seen this before. We won off of this. So the next play, he gave it to Lewis. Of course. Like, no, I'm not going to throw this ball. No, I'm not going to throw this ball and let these boys pick this ball off and throw away the Super Bowl for this whole organization. No, let's just run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. He dodged the bullet. Beasley could have made a one-handed tip interception and changed the whole overtime, but he didn't. So, Tom's like, all right, let's just hand it off.
Yeah, it was smart. It was smart plays. They knew.
That's what you do.
They knew what's happening.
That's what you do.
Gotta adjust.
That's what you do.
Yeah, gotta adjust it.
Come on, man. But it is what it is, man. It's just it just sucks, man. It just sucks. I'd rather watch a game say, man, they just lost and there's nothing you could have done. But to see guys give everything they have, and the defense plays so well, but you cannot. It's that mentality where I don't know why people believe that defensive players want to be held to this standard. No, I'm a defensive player. I've always said, hey, man, when I was in Tampa, hey, offense, give us 21. We good. Right? But nobody goes in the game and say, hey, guys, you guys going to have to hold them to 3 to 7 points because not sure we're going to score 10 points today. Like, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So the defense played lights out the first half, right? You got to give them something. Eventually, the other quarterback on the other side at halftime, it's not a third, fourth string quarterback. That is Tom Brady. He'll figure it out eventually.
Yep,
and then it's all
exactly.
defense wore down. Of course, they played the whole second half. What do you expect? They don't play the whole second. You gave them 28 points, and that was it. Done. 0. Zilch. Nada. Done.
That was it. Nail in the coffin.
Done. Game's done. So, it's the biggest game and probably the second biggest game in the world other than the World Cup. And I don't know. I feel for those guys, man. I feel for them. So.
Yeah, and Jovan, I was just about to say, I know you're a Vanderbilt alumni. What do you think about Zach Cunningham's projections to the NFL? The linebacker, the star-studded linebacker from.
He's legit as legit can be. Vanderbilt has always found a way to put out some good linebackers in the league. So I just thought he was one of the better ones to come through Vandy. At the end of the day, he got to go out there and perform well at combine, stay healthy. And, I can't tell him. I can't guarantee he's going to go first round. I don't know what round he's going to go. Probably think he's going to go high. But at the end of the day, all he got to do is, he put the work in on the field. Now he got to go run the good times and all that. And
You also, what do you think about the offensive tackle Will Holden, the 6'7", 315-pounder? The O-lineman from Vanderbilt.
It's same thing. They got the body of work. It's just. There's nothing you can do. It's time to prepare. Run good times and all that. But the draft is very complicated. It's just complicated. It's just draft day is different, man. One team's choice could throw off your whole board, and it's like, I've seen All-Americans go late. I've seen All-Americans, don't get drafted, So it's like, at the end of the day, man, he's putting the work. He got to go ahead and finish up now, run some good times, put up some good times, and leave it up to, God. At the end of the day, that's no one else. And let the NFL brass do what they do. It's just the way it is. It's I don't listen to the Mel Kipers and Todd McShay and all them. They don't know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know nothing.
It's just a projection. It's only a third round projection. He's an O-lineman, but there's a lot of them this draft class. What did you think about that NCAA basketball game, Vandy versus the Gators? How the projected second rounder, Matthew Fisher Davis, shooting guard at Vanderbilt, how he single-handedly beat one of my favorite teams, the Gators. How he single-handedly had something to do, led the team, 19 points to a victory over the Gators, who have one of my favorite college basketball players, Kenyon Barry. What did you think about that game? That was pretty impressive, wasn't it?
No, it's pretty. They've had a good year. They've let some go, but at the end of the day, man, it's when you get into SEC ball, Florida's still a good program, and for him to go out there and spearhead, the win. It's always good. I'm very intrigued to see how it finishes up, especially with March approaching, see where they end up. But it's Vandy basketball. I think it's bouncing back. Stallings left, and want to see if they could get back to the days where I remember being at Vandy where we, they used to come to Memorial Gym and we used to knock off, number ones and top five teams, which was always crazy, So I just hope the program could get back to, those days, where, get a lot of big ESPN games, big time ESPN games. And
yeah, definitely. It's very impressive how Vandy made a bowl game, and then also these boys knocking out the Gators, who actually beat number one Kentucky a little bit after. That was extra impressive. That's why I had to bring it up.
No, I mean, it's a we've always had good good basketball program. I can't wait till the day when I look and say, oh, Vandy's top 10. Yeah, those are the good old days.
Yep, definitely. Now, about your Lakers, because I know you're a huge Laker fan. I just wanted you to give me your intake on Brandon Ingram. I know he's an up and coming, young guy, and also him starting over Deng, and also Tariq Black starting over Moskov. What do you think of them moves? And they've actually resonated to some wins for the Lakers recently. So I was just wondering what's your take on all of that?
I mean, I like Luke, man. Luke's a different guy, man. Luke understands it. I loved him as a player, and loved him as a coach in Golden State. So sometimes you gotta, you can't let the contract, mess with, a lineup, I think Tariq Black, I've always liked him. I kind of pick him in my fantasy here and there as well. And, I think Ingram, man, it's like you draft him number 2 overall, man. It's time for him to go out there and just play. Let him go through the rookie up and downs, love Luol. Luol's time is over with, basically. He's been great. He's been, NBA All-Star. He's been one of my favorite players, but it's time to just go young, man, and because it's I think you're gonna have to start meshing these guys because I look at you get Russell, you got get Ingram, get Randall, get some more other pieces. I think you got to get that nucleus together. I mean, you still do got the dang Warriors, which are everybody seems to be in their prime. So I think you just got to go weather the storm and get these guys in their prime, and hopefully Laker Nation could really bounce back. They got Magic back in the building now. Doing some, I guess, consulting or something like that. So,
advisory role.
It's hard, it's sometimes people got to let it go. I think a lot of times people got to let it go. Like New England, it's like you look at New England, they're still that dynasty, and they haven't really fell out of that dynasty mold, But it's like, hey, man, the Lakers, them days are. I think you gotta just go with the new. Everybody's dabbing and everybody's dancing now. So I think you got to kind of got to roll into that generation because you can't look at even Paul Gasol and Bynum and Kobe era. It's like and Meta World Priest. You're like that's like the last of the great Laker dynasty. So it's like you got to roll into something new. So you can't build. I hate when people still trying to relive the Showtime or Kobe and it's not going to happen. It's like these kids, there's Instagram, there's Snapchat. Like, this is the generation we're in. So I think they just need to go ahead and realize it and say, hey, man, let's just go ahead and maybe just go all young, kind of like, the Sixers and be like, well, let's at least be fun and hopefully the Warriors or the dang Spurs fall off and maybe we could do something, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. No matter what happens with the Lakers, how good they get. If the Warriors are still together, it's going to be hard. So I think just, maybe just new Showtime 2.0. I mean, just go young. And let these kids just run around and play ball. I mean, that's how I honestly feel. You can't try to, not saying Magic wants to bring back that old school, but it's like people forget to realize now, when the Lakers were really rolling, they had actually had a power forward and a center. I don't even know what that is nowadays in basketball. It's like, I'm like, I saw that Paul George plays power forward. I said, whoa, Paul George plays power forward. Wow, so it's just like crazy.
In the East,
it's just crazy. Like it's like those were the Laker days. You got your center, you got your power forward, you got a true small forward, and you got your guard, you got a true point guard. Well, basketball has changed so much now, where it's NBA All-Star, you don't even get that no more. You might see all power forwards, all forwards, you know, at the, well, I can't even say the center, but where the center's supposed to be, you know, on down. It's like 2 point guards and 3 forwards. Like, whatever happened to the center, you know? So it's like, I don't know. It's. I just wish the Lakers just go ahead and go young, get talent, and just go out there and play. I mean, fans are still showing up regardless. The Lakers are still making money. So just go ahead and stop trying to, you know, build that, you know, worry about the championship now, because the championship ain't coming.
Not anytime soon. Nope, not anytime soon. But definitely,
you're absolutely right.
Definitely start, bringing some fresh feet.
Make it fun. They win 50 games. Yes, like
exactly.
They come to town. They come to Nashville. They come to Memphis. Like, oh, damn, the Lakers are playing. Oh, we got to go see the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
fun, exciting team. That's how the Warriors were starting it off. A fun and exciting team.
Yeah, and the Sixers are like that too, kind of now.
They're getting there. They're getting there.
Yeah, and when Simmons come back, I think it's gonna be like. But I'm saying, like, you know, like they just run around and have fun, and they're dancing and juking and just let these guys be, because they're not winning the championship anytime soon. There's only 2 teams, basically.
Yeah. Warriors and Cleveland. And I was about to say also, see, if the Lakers were in the East, they'd have a chance, because, you know, the East is so mediocre nowadays. Like, you know, anybody, even the 30th team could probably make the 8th, you know, because they're all, you know, the only thing that separates them is like 5, 4, 5, 6 games, you know what I mean? Like to the 8th, you know? But they're in the West, so that kind of, you're absolutely right, you know?
But no matter what happens, like, LeBron James is in the East. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I see people talking about, oh, Celtics got better and Atlanta's rolling, and for the regular season, it looks good.
Exactly, for the regular season. I mean, it just shows that they have a growing process, which is good for the organization.
Yes, that's all. Nobody's winning the as long as LeBron James is in the East, right?
Exactly.
And he can still lace up his shoes.
Exactly.
He's probably coming out the East. I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean, what, he been to 6 straight finals? Like, whew, like 6? Like, come on now. It's going to be 7. Like, who's going to knock him off? Toronto? No. Because at the end of the day, it's still, you got LeBron James, the same guy who beat Golden State when they were up 3-1. Like, no.
Yeah, and that was impressive in itself.
Now, he got his hands full now because Durant's there. But as far as the East, he'll be. What NBA Finals start? June what? 2nd?
I believe so. Yeah,
he'll be there.
Yeah, definitely.
He'll be there.
Now, what do you think about the Miami Heat's winning streak, best winning streak in the Eastern Conference? Maybe even in the league right now. Are they 11 games straight?
It's another one. They're hot. It's good for the city, because the city kind of needed it ever since LeBron left and Wade left.
Yes.
But it's just good for regular season. I hate to say it. It's just good for regular season. It's.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just asking what you think. I know they're not going anywhere else besides.
No, it's good. It's good, exciting. You know, they come to town, you enjoy it. Yeah, of course. You know, Waiters balling out of his mind. Whiteside is being Whiteside. It's good. I'm telling you, it's good. It's good because guess what? If I have to turn and watch that game, I'll be able to watch a pretty exciting game. They're rolling. But I looked at the other day, I said, oh, they're rolling. One thing, they won 10 straight, and they were like, what was they? I don't want to lie. Don't get me wrong. I think it was like 20 and 30. It's like, damn.
Yeah, and then the record it's still.
So you want 10 games straight to get to 20?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then there's already a few teams that have 40 wins.
Of course, so I'm like, oh man, like wow.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice though, especially since they done spanked Milwaukee tonight. That's 12. So yeah, it's really nice to see for the NBA all in overall.
Yes, because I think what the NBA can't afford is for these games to be duds during the regular season.
Exactly.
I mean, there's nothing worse than, because I'm not gonna lie. It seems like the level of talent in the East now, and I'm not saying there's not talent in the East, but team wise, it's like, whoo, man.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but it's been like that for a long time.
Chicago don't look like Chicago. The Knicks ain't like the Knicks. The Pacers are dang sure not like the Pacers that I used to know.
Mm-hmm.
Toronto, maybe, yeah. And I'm like, who else? Celtics, yeah. I'm like, they used to always be a pecking order, like 1, 2, maybe the Celtics and you got the Cavs now or the Heat. And then, you always had the Bulls there and the Pacers where you say, okay, well, there's 4 good teams in the East where I said maybe one of them could knock off LeBron at some point or whatever.
Right.
But I look now, I said, man, the Bulls are like, oh, man.
Yeah, Bulls are rough. I mean, the Celtics are, they're getting a lot better. And Isaiah Thomas is just really came out the woodworks this year, surprising everybody.
Toronto's Toronto, but it's like Toronto, they're good against the Cavs until the playoffs start. They struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, but the NBA needs the regular season games to be, you got 82 games. You got to, they got sponsors and stuff they need to go ahead and make sure that they're happy as well.
Happy.
So,
oh, yeah.
So I think, the regular season's doing good. The Heat thing, 12 straight, that's good, man. It's good for the city, from Fort Lauderdale. It's always good, man. It's good.
See, what surprised me was the Magic struggling so much. I thought they would actually be in the contention for the 8th. But what did you think about Miami Dolphins making the playoffs at 10-6? The early exit, but at least they made it though, and I'm actually proud of them as a fan. As a diehard, I'm glad they made it in.
Nah, happy, man. That city needed that, man. I think they're relevant again. To be honest, I think next year they're gonna actually, I think they'll be better. I'm not sure what the record will be. I think what they finished, 11-5, I want to say, or something like that.
10-6.
10-6, yeah. So I don't know if they could get to 11-5, 12-4, which is probably gonna be hard, but they're relevant, man, and they were actually fun to watch. So, and especially the way they started the season, I thought it was over with. I thought it was, oh Lord, it's gonna be a rough one, and they able to bounce back. So. It's good for the city, man. Like I said, I always pull for them Florida teams, man, because that's their home team, and it's tough when you go to those games, and it's Miami's not a good place to not have a good team. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that. Like, there's too many things to do.
Yeah, so, the way the Heat has that winning culture, and then also, I'm glad that they had 4 Pro Bowlers, to add to that. But what did you think about the Buccaneers winning season? Even though they just barely missed the playoffs, how did you like that 9-7 season? They mustered up.
Yeah, they played well, and they let a couple games go away. But I just love it, man. They're pushing. I think they're going to be better next year, and there's times I watched the game and I was like, all right, well, it's not empty today, which was tough, It was tough to watch because when I played there, I don't even empty. Like, no, we couldn't do no empty seats. Like, but for a while now, you look at the whole top, the camera don't even want to go up there because they don't want to show how many empty seats. But just to see them bounce back last year and go 9-7, I was proud, man. Jameis is taking another step. Defense, I think, played well. They had a couple of big wins, so I think they'll be better next year. But, once again, that playoff, man, you got to – it's hard. It's
Definitely,
a hard thing to do.
Yep. And also about Deshaun Watson, first of all, I want to know your opinion about Clemson beating Bama late, beautiful game and all of that. And then also – your projections for Deshaun Watson in the NFL.
Yeah, Clemson. I think once again, Clemson went out there, earned it. I think Bama had they had a moment where I was like, dang, this ain't Bama. I think I was really, really, really not pleased how they treated Jalen Hurts. He led you here, SEC Player of the Year, and for you to treat him like he was a second string, third string quarterback in the national championship game, they really kind of kept him on a leash, man. I was like, golly, let him play. Let him play. And he never truly got he just never truly got in a rhythm. I'm like, we had to get him comfortable. And I'm like, man, let the man play. And I think the fact that play calling he really got going late, but never really got in the rhythm, allowed Clemson to stay around. And before you know it, Deshaun was Deshaun, and I'm like, once again, like, hey man, go ahead and step on these boys' throat, you're undefeated, man. You the SEC big dog. You the number one team in the nation. Like, but you let Clemson hang around. Don't forget, it is Deshaun Watson now, the same guy that said, "Hey, if you give me 3 more minutes last year,
Absolutely.
we beat you. We beat you. Give me 3 more minutes now. They beat you." And I'm like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
And they took an onside kick to change the momentum. So it's like, once again, like, how you let the play calling all of a sudden change just because it's the national championship? But Deshaun is Deshaun, man. He's one of the best quarterbacks to ever do it. So, as far as the draft, I don't, I hear a lot of people, oh, he ain't gonna, hey, man, everybody calm down. Let them just let the man's body of work speak for it. If he gets to the league, he doesn't work out, dang, he doesn't work out. But you don't come and say, man, I don't think he could do it. And then, I don't know if he's a first. I don't even know if he's a day one type guy or, now it's a little different, but it's like top 3. Like, how does that man not? And I've always, this is what I've always said, right? Right. I've always said, I worked my ass off in college, right? They always tell me is, you got to be the best player you can. You got to be all world. You got to be all this. You got to win this award, da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. How does that not necessarily say translate to the pros? What? So hold on. So you wanted me to go to college and be a mediocre player and get drafted high?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of mediocre players that get drafted high because they run a 4.3.
Yeah.
Had 400 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns, but they ran a 4.3. Now they move up. They're shooting up the draft board.
Yeah.
How the hell you got a body of work like this man, and you fall down a draft board? How is this so? How is this possible?
Definitely. All the combine hype, adds up to like a high pick. Now, that being said, I just wanted to get your quick thoughts on the Titans 9-7 season, and how you see Mariota's future, because I call him Super Mariota, because that man is just he's one of my favorite dual threat quarterbacks. I'm a big dual threat guy, you know what I mean? Like, I have them extra high on my quarterback list, ridiculous high, like that list don't make sense to me. Type high, but top 5. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. I'm a dual threat type guy too, because God bless, Matt Ryan, but I saw a couple hits. I'm like, Matt, just spin out of it and keep your feet. Just don't just go down. I'm like, dude. And you know what the crazy thing? The first thing you think to yourself, damn, if that was Russell Wilson. You hear me? Like, he's spinning out of that, find a way out of that, and he's gaining positive yards because he's not just going down, And then again, you don't not always knock the man because, not every quarterback is a dual threat. But it's like sometimes you look at the quarterback like, no. Those don't fall. I know. But he has no escapability where you're like, he's just going to take the sack. But I look at Mariota. I think he's special with that, man. He's special. He's that dual threat. The Titans were able to get 9-7. Really, hats off to them. They let that game, certain games away, get away from them. They could have won the division, but DeMarco Murray running the ball, golly, they O-line, they were mauling folks. They protected Mariota, so they got a bright future, man. I think they got a bright future. They have a very, very bright future.
Definitely, yeah. And with Mariota at the helm, I just think, since they already got one chip, you know how hard it is to have a franchise QB. You know what I mean? People think they have franchise QBs, and then from year to year, draft to draft, they don't. You understand?
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard. So that's why no matter what happens, man, if you have a guy who's consistently putting up numbers, man, just be blessed. Trust me, be blessed, because Lord.
Definitely. And one more thing about Frank Wycheck, about that concussion protocol, how supposedly the CTE thing with him and all of that. What's your thoughts on that real fast?
Man, I just saw it recently, like yesterday, and I was like, I think it was like 23 or 25 concussions. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. I didn't even go look into it. I'm like, I was saying to myself, are those all documented? Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, wow, I knew he had a lot of concussions. I didn't know it was that many. Like,
yeah, me either.
That's scary. One concussion is too much. One is too many.
Yeah, that takes a toll on the body. That's on the brain and
on the brain. One is, and not even just one. The constant banging, like your brain is not like my head is not supposed to go against your head in a helmet at 10 miles an hour or 15 miles. It's not supposed to happen
with a lot of weight interaction.
Think about it. I've always tell people say, so what is it like playing NFL? I say, well, put a helmet on, right? And say da 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 da, yeah, boom 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 boom. Say for 2.5 hours, just bang your head every 30 seconds. You laughing? I'm dead serious. Like,
no, I bet.
I know.
Especially for a lineman, like you contact every play, every play, like.
Yeah, hey, I just have a question for you. Like, would that now, keeping that in mind, that CTE, ordeal. Now, the new school players, like the good defensive players, like that dude out of Texas A&M and all of that, like, should they think to themselves, all right, hold off on just going full force in the NFL? If not, I'm going to end up with CTE for sure. Or should you just go ahead?
I've always said it, man. You make it to this league, man. Your job is to perform at a high level. So you can't come in the league half-stepping because you're worried about injuries, because you can mess around and end up dying. It's no, just go ahead and play ball, man. That's what granted, I don't know how many guys are going to have CTE. I don't know if I'm going to have CTE. You can't really test until you're dead, but it's like, that's just the game, man. That's just the game. So I would just come in here and play. I mean, I don't know any player who would want a guy saying, I'm going to come in here and just half-ass. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I so agree with that.
But then I don't oppose guys playing a year and saying, man, I'm not going to play anymore because they're worried about long-term, because it's all fun and games when you're young. Or some guys are, 30 in their 30s is experiencing things right now. So imagine when you get to like your 40s and 50s, like you're going to look back and say, damn, like maybe I shouldn't have, like I said, but if you're going to enter this game, you need to go off. Now, if you decide, hey, I'm not going to go to the league, hey, kudos to you.
See, and that's the thing that makes me admire your play when you played, you know what I mean? Because there was no, let me see if I hold back to, CTE and all of that. When you played, you personally, Jovan, there was none of that. There was just straight up full force, 100, keep it 100, every play, every second, no matter what.
Just got to go. It just got to go. But, NFL lawsuits and things like that now, I mean, people are really thinking about it. I mean, you've seen guys, especially like, maybe not last year, but the years before, guys are saying they're just going to retire because they got a concussion and they're worried about head injuries. And back in the day, you used to laugh like, what? But then, ever since CTE came about, and then you said, whoa, now it's not a laughing matter anymore. It's like, hey, this is
yeah. Once that came about, everybody was just like, hold on, should I go? And I could sit here and name a couple of instances where players, and all of that. But I'm not going to go there. I'm just happy to get your take on it because you actually, you know what I mean? That's right up your alley, No,
I mean, I played in a time where you just say, man, this is. I think once I got the latter part of my playing career is when all this stuff started, Because I mean, you got to think I retired back in 2011. This whole CTE stuff just recently blew up, so it's like, so I kind of. Got out before all this stuff came about, but I don't know how guys do it now. It's the weirdest thing because when I got my concussion, I was literally scared to hit again because I was like, man, this one concussion could turn to two, and officially diagnosed with one. I've trust me. And then after what I realized with that one concussion that got diagnosed, I said, oh, okay, well that feeling right there was I felt that before a few times, and. When you see the whole stars, you find out now when a guy sees stars, that's not good. It's like, damn. Like, wow, all them times I did see stars. And
Ooh, that's
Blanked
scary.
out for a second, like, what the hell's going on? Oh, wow. So it's like, whoa. So it is what it is, though. It's, I just wish those guys best, guys right now, look, that's what took Wes Welker out the game. I mean.
Definitely. And, I actually give props where props are due. The new guys that have been coming in here, they actually been playing with their all. There hasn't been nobody that, I could just single-handedly pinpoint and be like, look, you aren't giving it your all. But at the same time, it's a hard game, and you know better than anybody, all them concussions and all of that, CTE, you know what I mean? It could be just straight up. CTE could be just anybody who played in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Nobody knows yet, because
nobody knows until you die.
Exactly. So, that's why I just wanted to bring it up to you, just because, you a veteran and you came and went, but at the same time, like you were, you did some, you had to say so when you played and all of that, and the way, you kept it traditional pretty much, as far as going 100 and all the way full through.
I do worry about it now, though, after the fact, when you're like, oh, okay. Like, definitely. If I could, I'll be honest with you, if there was a way to find out right now, that'd be great, if they could go, put a drill a hole in my head and find out, I think that'd be huge, but it's, I don't know, man. It's just, I signed up for it, and then, you just got to say, hey, see what happens.
Exactly. And, I just respect the fact that you actually played it your all the way through your career,
She had no choice. I had to pay bills.
Yeah, a lot of, there's a lot of people that have careers in the NFL that they can't say that, Ain't that right, Kevin?
I love the game,
Definitely.
First of all, but also you realize you had bills. You got bills to pay. That was a job. To this day, pro sports, it's a job. Like, it's a job. It's your 9 to 5. It's a job. Definitely. And it's one of those where, like, your performance is like you could mask any other job. Hey, you're not doing,
NFL, though.
You're not doing well. You're doing group projects, but you know what? The team is still putting together a good product, and there's 12 of y'all, but there's one not really carrying the weight, but nobody really say anything. You really can't expose that, man. It's like NFL's different. Like,
exactly. You were the last of a breed, Jovan. I'm telling you.
Last of that I'm telling you, my generation, I think, was the last generation, man, where things were just almost 100% carefree. It's a little different now. Like I said, we didn't have social media. We didn't have the new generation of music and the dance moves and them. It's a different generation. And like I said, I don't knock it. It is what it is. I still enjoy it, but everybody's a little more cautious nowadays,
Exactly.
You get that glaze in your eyes, like, hey, you're done. We used to get that glaze in our eyes. We'd be like, he ain't right, but let's keep going.
Shake it off.
Yeah, that's what they used to tell you. Call you all kind of words.
That's tough. That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Do you watch any boxing or MMA recently?
I'm a big MMA man. I'm not too much. I don't really too much mess with boxing. So I think boxing has just become so. I don't know. I don't even say it's probably so political now. It's these judges and fighters not wanting to fight each other. Dana White's like, no, you gonna fight.
Yeah, exactly. Dana White's gonna say,
I got these shareholders.
MMA, everybody's gonna scrap.
Yep, we got shareholders. You gonna fight.
So what do you think about Conor McGregor and Mayweather? Do you think that's going to happen, or it's just a lot of hype?
I don't know why it would happen. Why would it happen?
Money.
That'd be. Yeah, but it'd be dumb. It'd be dumb. Whose legacy is it going to help?
Well, not Mayweather if he loses.
It can't. It ain't going to help Connor's neither.
You don't think so?
No.
Beating somebody who had a undefeated record?
Hell no. Because he's a UFC fighter. It's like if Mayweather beats him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you give Mayweather 50 wins?
I know, that's the thing. They want to sanction it. They want to make it a boxing match.
But no. I don't give a damn about sanctions. You, as a fan, would say, is that Mayweather's really 50th win against a guy who just started boxing?
Yeah, I would say it's 49.5.
Yeah, so it's like, and then I look at Conor. I'm like, Conor, you're not a boxer, dude. Like, don't let what you're doing in the UFC fool you. This boxing is a different animal too now.
Yes.
You know, like you can roll with somebody like Conor. You can't box the way you do in UFC in boxing.
And that's what he said recently. He was like, I got moves that, you can't replicate my moves. I'm a totally different fighter. I'm like, but you're a mixed martial arts fighter. You're supposed to have
that's
wild
what I'm
moves.
saying. So I'm like, hey, Conor, you gonna get into it? You gonna get in a tough situation? You gonna bring out the knee? Like,
yeah, there's no kicking.
Does your natural instincts kick in? So what I'm saying is, right, it'd be great for entertaining, but who does it benefit? I don't think it benefits anyone. They were better off just saying, hey, we're just going to fight in the streets and get street cred, but I understand the money behind it. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of money. But if Conor beats him, what does it say? I don't know. I really don't know what it really means. Yeah. I really don't know what it means. I mean, yeah, he won a fight. Maybe that's their street fight. Maybe I'll give you that. But it's like, Mayweather, you beat him. No. There's other guys out there. There's Triple G. Well, go fight him.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Go fight Andre Ward. Go fight somebody like that.
Yeah,
But then again, I mean, if it's about to make money, I mean, he's all about making money. But what I'm saying is, if he beats Conor, does it go as 50 wins?
They probably will make it 50 wins.
But in the eyes of fighters and boxing fans, is it, hey, he got a legit 50 win? No, I don't. But it'll be entertaining to watch. But I don't know.
They'll probably call it 50 so he can match up. What was this guy's?
But historians, boxing.
Yeah.
You think boxing historians really gonna give him that?
No, most likely not.
No.
I just think it'll be a story to be told for generations to come. That's what that's going to bring about.
Yeah, but I the way I look at it, I'm like, why does Conor even though maybe Mayweather is the guy who's going to be bringing them the majority cash, but why don't he bring in the UFC? Why does Mayweather go that route? Like, why does Conor have to? I don't know.
No, I think because I think Mayweather is a little bit smarter than that. I think the fight would be more entertaining if it is a boxing match because I think Conor would have the definite advantage if Mayweather went ahead and started training like for a year or even 2. It's still nothing compared to McGregor's years and years and years of training in the MMA. Like this WWE guy. CM Punk, he's trained for 2 years and got wiped out in a few seconds.
Just don't.
Same thing.
I just don't think Conor. You got to think. You think unless Conor catches him with a haymaker or something, but you really think Conor in the 11th and 12th round with Mayweather is going to still be up there moving around? No, man, it's Mayweather, man. Like him or not, the man knows how to. His whole purpose in life is that W.
Oh yeah.
Is a W.
No, for sure.
So what, he gonna kind of go punch himself out? Like, come on, man. Like, and so what if Mayweather said, "Hey, fight's happening June." Conor gonna try to break his damn neck, trying to get ready for that fight. No, man, it's not enough time.
Of course,
it's not enough. It's not enough time. Granted, he got hands. He got an upright game, but it's upright game in MMA.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that translates to boxing. Well, you really got to sit there and block and worry about the body shots and Mayweather spinning out of it and countering you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And like I said, that's why I said don't get it twisted. MMA is an art, and boxing is an art.
Yeah.
Now, if Conor, this is what I said. If Conor would have been a boxer that went to MMA and came back to it, I said okay.
Mm-hmm.
But don't let it twist. I'm telling you, don't let it fool you. Now, it ain't. I've seen Conor get tired real quick. Mayweather ain't getting tired, man. Mayweather ain't getting tired.
No, yeah, that's the thing. The cardio is another level.
His cardio's on a different level.
Yeah.
The boxing cardio's on a different level.
Yeah, there's only a few guys in MMA that have that type of cardio, and it's not a lot, and it's for a reason. Because
no, and even then they look tired.
Yeah. Exactly.
I've never seen Mayweather get to the 10th, 11th, 12th round. And he said, "Man, he's tired."
Yeah, he does.
Never.
Yeah, he's never looking winded.
He never looks winded.
Yeah, ever.
Yeah, that's why he's an all-time great.
Yeah.
Arguably the GOAT. But I was just gonna take this opportunity to congratulate frequent interviewee of this show, Luis Baboon Palomino, on his impressive win on ACB 51 versus the Russian. I know he just recently switched camps, but congrats on that KO win.
Yeah, that was nice. That was nice. Was that second round? I think. Was that second round?
Yeah, second round KO win. That was pretty nice.
Awesome. Let's see here, German. What else do we have for my man Jovan? I think we're about that time.
Yeah. I think we covered it all up. I just wanted to thank you for coming on again, because I know you're a very busy man.
No worries, man. I enjoy it, man. I just love talking sports with you guys, man. It's I just always feel like, man, I don't really hold back. I don't know everything. I'm not saying I'm right. It's just shit. That's my opinion. Excuse my French. It's my opinion. So, I mean, it is what it is, But I do know something about certain things, and some things I give an opinion on, I mean, at the end of the day, I just talk sports, man. I mean, there's no different than the guys at the bar talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Feelings are mutual.
We like to pick the brain, man. I appreciate the time you give us.
It's just at the end of the day, sometimes the guy at the bar might be myself. I got an inside scoop now. I kind of know a little something about something.
Yeah, yes. Excellent. Anything you want to throw out there? Any plugs, anything like that?
No, nothing much, man. Just tell people, man, just go ahead and, just everybody keep living, man, and, live for your neighbor, man, and try to make the world a better place. That's all, to be honest with you.
I like that. And with that, we're gonna leave everybody. Live for the next man. Appreciate that. This is XO Sports Podcast. Kevin G, German Ramos, and our special guest, Jovan Haye. Thank you.
All right. Y'all stay blessed, man.